Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Well, actually Thursday, but it's like a Friday. Close enough. My name's Rory Powers, and before we get too far into this, let me get the CFTC out of the way. All signals and trading opportunities. This broadcast is for demonstration and educational purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor. There is a substantial amount of risk when trading these financial instruments. You could lose your entire account. Please consult with a licensed financial advisor if you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading. All right, here we are. We're 3 for 3 this week. Let's see if we can make it an even 4 for 4. Headed into Good Friday. All Fridays are good, but this one is especially good. And if today's your first day joining us, let me give you a little bit of a background. We're going to be trading the automated bots. My name is Rory Powers with Right Line Trading. And these are fully automated bots that once they're enabled within the Ninja Trader 8 platform, they will execute and manage the trades for you. There is for those of you that like to get involved, if you don't want to just set it and forget it, it's also considered a semi-automated system because we have beautiful chart templates. All of the trades are projected on the charts. I always have the ability to close it out or to adjust the position of my stop or my profit targets. And we have a pretty diversified portfolio of strategies. We trade the futures. We're trading only very liquid instruments, very small bid and ask spread. Today we're going to be trading the ES, which is the S&P 500 futures, the NASDAQ futures. We also have crude oil and gold running in the background. And we let the strategies run pre-market through the overnight session. And we have on the bottom what we refer to as our leaderboard. Our leaderboard are the bots that are performing the best in this current trading session, in the session that we're currently in now. And we always take a look at the Forex Factory to try to prevent any surprises. At 8:30 a.m. this morning, they had the unemployment claims. And I always like to see what the news was. Unemployment. So it was actually adjusted down. A decrease of 9,000 from the previous week. Okay, so it decreased from last week. And let's see what else we have. By the way, today is Thursday, April 17th. If you're with us today, that's the good news. Hallelujah. Still in the game. Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. Natural gas storage at 10:30. And that seems to be the only news report that'll come out while we're here on YouTube is the natural gas storage. Nothing to be overly concerned about. Good morning, SLR. Good morning, Carol, Ronald, Suzanne, Rao, Scott, Jorge, Robert, Bob. Good morning, Bob. Ankh, Kenny. Thank you for joining us this morning. Welcome. We're going to get ready for our power play trade of the day. Our power play trade is really what we use to trade our PA accounts or a funded account. It's a trade that occurs between 9:32 and 10 o'clock, we'll call it. And what we're looking for on the power play trade is a multi-time frame alignment of trend. Let me pull up my 20U. Here's my 20U. In order for the power play to take place, we must, for a short trade, be below the 50 on my 20 Unorenco. The 50 is this solid red line that you see. And price is below and it is red. So on the 30 range, it would also have to be below the 50, which it is, and slope down red, which it is. So this is what we consider a multi-time frame alignment of trend. The 20 Unorenco is my higher time frame. The 30 range is the chart that the system is going to automatically execute the trades. The trading session hours is set for 9:32. It gives it at least a few minutes to settle down once that opening bell rings. What we do is we use a trade copier and we put that power play account or that power play bot that's running in my automated strategy as my leader account. If you're a prop trader and you're trading several accounts, my goodness, I highly recommend getting a trade copier. It really makes your life a lot easier. With the click of a mouse, I turn this on, and this power play bot is going to copy across all of my evals and my PA accounts. I always like to take a look and see what happened overnight, just so I know. And overnight, pre-market, this one only goes back to 6 in the morning. Some volatility. We had a big move down, it looks like, at that unemployment claims report. The market really does not like gaps. And it wouldn't be unlikely for it to come. Well, it did kind of fill it in halfway here. Let's see if my E-mini has a little bit more data, or my 20 Unorenco. Going back to last night, here's today. Got to move up, down, up, a lot of volatility. Okay. So we're going to try to make it a perfect 4 for 4 this week. We're going to take the power play trade of the day here on our 30 range. Looking for an alignment of trend on the 20U. Let me squeeze this in so we can see the... Okay. Here we go. The bell just rang. And we give it a couple of minutes to settle down. Let's see if it breaks through this support. We've got support to the downside and resistance to the upside. We're kind of stuck in a channel here. Very narrow ranging channel. Let's see if we break out in one direction or the other. Trying to break through support. We've got some selling pressure to the downside. Good volume. 2,700 contracts a minute. Didn't break through just yet. I'm going to go ahead and enable this. Let me just wait until we break one of these areas of support or resistance. We don't want to trade into support. Like to see a nice breakthrough. It's going to retest it. Here we go. to the downside. Let's see 932 kick in, and we'll be. Oh, I got some lag. Darn. Not a lot. Let's see if it catches up. Oh, that would have been a beauty to the shorts, to the downside. Just getting a little too much lag here. If it doesn't come down, I'm going to disable a couple of my NASDAQ strategies. That was a beautiful trade right here. There we go. Okay, now we're in the game. Let's get a break now of this area of support. And we don't want to go long here because our 20U isn't above the 50 just yet. So that's one of the conditions in order for this trade to trigger. Let's see if we get a break now of this area of support. If we get a break, it should pop us into the downside. Here we go. Nope, not quite. Breakdown. Oof, oof. Come on down. Make sure this power play is enabled. Yes, is it? Yes, and power play. Okay, we're in. Here we go. We're in short. Looking to get in our profit window here. Need some follow through the downside. Come on down. Need some follow through the downside here. Come on down. Giving us a little heat. Stopped us out. All right, we'll take another shot at it. We got two shots. No follow through. It's choppy. Back right up to the 50. Let me get this candlestick pattern off. I personally don't really like that. Oh, we're back in short. Here we go. Right into support. Break it. Break it. We're in our profit window all the way. Push down. Push down. All right, that brought us back to almost break even. We're right back in again. We need the break. We need this break. Come on down. Breakthrough. Breakdown. Come on down. Breakdown. Getting our profit window here. Getting some good pressure. It's retesting it. Getting our profit window. Push down. Come on down. Come on down. Oh, it attached to my 15 EMA. Okay, it took us out. Oh, I could have closed for and hit my profit target had I closed early. Oh, no, that was a bad entry. Where did that go? That took an entry it should have never taken. On an up candle, it went short. Okay, I have to tell Sergio about that. We never want to go short on an up candle. Come on down. Come on down. Come on down. All right, we're still in the game here. We're down about $110. Um, Let me get my copier back. Okay, we don't have an alignment now. Kind of choppy. It's giving us a run for our money. The copier I'm using is from Affordable Indicators. Let's see if we can get a break. We need a break of this area of support here. Still in the game. It's 938. Man, I had my chance too. I had my profit target, but I let it ride. Let's see if we can get a break. We want a break of support right here. A little bit of follow through the downside. Coming into this holiday weekend here. Come on now, let's go. Give us one. Go ahead. Go ahead. Ah, come on. Mm. Signal B is about to kick in. Bam. Okay, let's give it a little room. Come on down. Let's get one. Mm. Let's give it a little bit of room here. I think we've got some selling pressure. No. Oh, oh, we got big trouble. All right. I'm going to stop right there. I'm down 500 across all of these evals and the PA accounts. So I'm going to stop right there. This is a choppy environment. Look at this. Now it looks like it's getting ready to get the break, but I'm going to stick to my rules. I sure had my chance, and I did let it slip. Not an easy environment. Let me enable these snipers. Mm. So this is our leaderboard here. These are the bots that are doing the best. And on the PA accounts, just a very small profit for the week, unfortunately. This is how we ended up $304 across three PA accounts. Coming into today, we were near perfection. We were up 2,000. Add today in, and we're up 300. For the month, we're up about 5 grand for the month. And that's across three PA accounts. Look at the equity curve. You got a really nice equity curve. And if we go all the way back to January 15th, over the last 3 months, we'll put this on monthly. Kind of a choppy environment. On one of those trades I saw, I was right there. Let's go to monthly. And we're at 24,278 over the last 3 months. This was an unusual week. I'll tell you, up until this week, those trades, those power play trades, were not giving us a lot of heat. This week, they were giving us some heat. Wasn't as easy as it's been. Our NQ Smart Stop 2, that's the same strategy without the filter, without the volatility filter. Takes a little bit different entries. I saw it was a little late coming in on a few of the entries with that velocity filter. Where this one here doesn't need that. It jumps in much quicker. See if it caught that move at the very beginning. Right around 9:31. Nope, this one. That was a beautiful entry. It was just 1 minute into the open. Nice, Eckert. Yes. Congratulations. Let me take a look and see my man, I'm so happy you wrote that. You made my morning. I don't mind losing that trade as long as you won it. What time did you get that entry, Eckert? Oh, it took that entry. Oh, that was the one that was so juicy. Man, I love that entry there. It took that signal B a little late. Very happy to hear you got it, Eckert. You had a great week. Where does that put you for the week, Eckert? Nice, Judy. Good morning, Mukhtar. Good morning, Tony. Okay. I've seen that happen before, Rao, on those servers. They have some kind of security feature. Let's go to the Mack truck. The Mack truck's been trading really well. That 20 Unorenco. Oh, here, we took another entry on the velocity. This is a beauty. This was like the entries I had, there wasn't much follow through. This is kind of what they did to me, and they just never pushed through. All right, Eckert, up 1,100. Beautiful. Please, please, please disable that and enjoy your long weekend. You're on a winning streak, sir. Okay. Oh, I should have been all over that trade that I was in. I let it get away from me. Let's see what positions we're in. We're in quite a few positions. Our ES30 range drone is in. Let's take a look at the E-mini. AIES 30 range drone. Our scalper's in short, and our 30 range. I'll tell you a strategy that's been red hot is this MES $50,000 account. Man, what a week that thing has had. Let's take a look at that. Eckert, man, you made my day today. April 14th. And Judy got a full winner too. Sweet. Oh, the MES. We were talking about the MES. Wow, look at this summary. Unbelievable. This is the summary of the MES. The MES, it's trading 2 micros. This is one of our PA account templates. And you can see with very little drawdown, it had an outstanding week, $1,428. Let me click generate just to make sure it's up to snuff here. Beautiful. 1,400 trading 2 micros. Rodney mentioned there's a sale on the trade copiers this weekend. Thanks for letting us know, Rodney. Okay, let's take a look at the iBots. The iBots use a lot of them look at that larger Unorenco bar. So let's pivot here. It looks like they took off long. Let's take a look at the iBot 20U. This uses a much larger bar. The iBots, these are the bots that require the professional grade data feed from Kinetic. They're looking for imbalances of buyers versus sellers, uptick versus downtick. I like to refer to these as the fastest trigger in automation. And these bots can really run up the score quick, let me tell you. Oof. The 600 tick is in. Let's take a look at that trade. Oh, we're right back in long on the 20U. Let's see if we can get some follow through the upside. Oh, just touched our first target. Ouch. Go ahead. ES just jumped in long as well. Push through. All right. Here we go. Boy, that took off, didn't it? Nice. Our 600 tick is the hot one today. We've got a real diversity of data series, time frames that these strategies trade on. This one happens to be on a 600 tick. The strategy's running on a 600 tick. The IBOT ES30 range isn't a beauty. Let's take a look at that entry. It's in long. NQ30 range. Oh, when that one gets in, let me tell you something. This 30 range strategy on the IBOT, when it catches one, it is a home run like you've never seen. It took a beautiful entry right here short. And these are 20 Unorenko bars. The move doesn't look that big, but believe me, it is. Every new bar to the downside is 20 ticks and a downward trend. Yeah, Dukester Eckert is on a roll, a hot streak, a winning streak. Been doing perfect, trading it perfect. Oh, Row's up on gold. That was, I was curious about gold. Let's take this 8U chart. Here's that 30 range. Let's keep an eye on this trade. It just locked in some profits. If you watch that stop, the way that this trade manages itself, it doesn't have to go the full excursion for it to be profitable. Like just now, it exited on the line change. If we were looking at a 30 range chart, the NQ30 range, and we put that same strategy on the IBOT 30 range strategy, now you could see why it exited that trade. That 15 EMA changed colors on us. That 15 EMA is really a good assessment of momentum. It is an assessment of momentum. And once momentum wanes and that 15 changes from red to green, well, that thing exited very quickly and it locked in some really nice profits. It's right back in short. It's picking up a disparity of sellers off the stock market. Took a beautiful entry. If we could break support here, we've got some running room to that first target. Just need to break this little area of support. My stop just locked in, went to break even. Locked in a little bit of profit. Now, if we can get ourselves some wiggle room, which we didn't, but we broke even on the trade, but we had a chance to hit one out of the park right there. If we had some follow through, we'd be very happy right now. Man, this market is very volatile. It's up, it's down, it's all around. It's like a Frank Sinatra song. Oh, look at that. We take the risk off the trade very quickly on this IBOT 30 range. Take a quick look at gold. Here we go again. It's taking another swing. Now, if it matures in our direction, you'll see my stop take all the risk off as quickly as it can. Right before a long weekend, a holiday weekend, not a great day to trade. Our volume isn't very good, and it's a pretty choppy environment. I'm going to take my $500 loss and lick my wounds. I'm going to put my tail between my legs and call it a day. We have bots, Angelo, that really thrive on the volatility. That's why we always have our leaderboard. Our leaderboard always lets us know which ones are thriving in the current market environment. And we can very quickly pivot to one of these accounts that are on the leaderboard. RJ, the best thing to do is to get with Charles. It could be a couple of different things. Did you do the first question would be, have you done the latest update? Yes. Um, ooh, the VW. Um, we got this red hot 30 range strategy on the E Mini. Um, I'm trying to think, RG. Yeah, I think the best thing to do is to book a time with Charles. Sorry to hear that. Mm, mm, mm. Tell you, the only bots doing well on the Nasdaq today are those higher time frames, the 2 minute, the 20 Unirenko. They don't get caught up in the whipsaw. Those are really great ones for volatility. To answer your question, Angelo, those big bars on the Nasdaq, the 20U, it's up 1700. Let's take a look at the entries it took. Took a short here and it closed out on our profit limit. By 10 o'clock, it had already reached our profit limit, which is 2,000, but after commissions, it was 1720. So it must have taken more trades. Wow, look at that beautiful entry on that 20 Unirenko. Holy moly. Price just crossed the 50 at the entry, and man, it ran straight up to our profit target. A beautiful short. You see how this 20 Unirenko trades at 9:44 this morning. It got that beautiful short. Price reversed. Caught the long entry. So on a volatile market, this 20 Unirenko on the Mack truck went to town. So we do absolutely have bots that like the volatility. The 20 Unirenko on the NASDAQ is definitely one of them. In fact, the 20 Unorenko I was showing in the webinar yesterday. Picking up a little bit of lag here. Wow. Is that right? Amazing. On my computer, that Mack truck is up 10 grand this week. Wow, that's amazing. So that one's loving this volatility. Nice, RJ. I love that 150 range strategy you shared with us. Thank you. Yeah, that's another one that doesn't get caught up in the whipsaw. Is a 150 range bar. This SimVW, that's a red hot strategy. That's a 30 range. It's really Robert's Starbot. And the only thing different about it is the times that it trades. It doesn't trade that 8:30 window that sometimes really can run up the score. But you can see this month, the strategy that you see trading right here is up 7,200. That's from April 1st to April 17th. I call it the VW. And on the analysis, you could see the times that it trades. We can break it down by the half hour of the day. And the entry times, it kicks in at 10:30. 10 o'clock, it's been pulling in some losers. But after the market's been open for a full hour, um, it gets some traction. Compared to the ES30 range drone, a star drone, let's take a look at that. Very similar. At 10:30, it starts doing well. It gains traction. So what we've done with the VW is eliminated this 9 and 9:30 window. Jorge, I know MYM M2K. I'm going to work on it for you today. It's not easy. They do. All the bots trade the micros. However, we and Jorge is looking for specifically the YM and the Russell. And we have tried to optimize those in the past without much success. And we went on to eliminate them out of our portfolio only because the data didn't support us keeping them. As much as we love to trade the YM and the Russell, if it doesn't make dollars, it just doesn't make sense. So we keep our portfolio with the most profitable bots. We can't be dogmatic about the instruments we trade. They've got to be the ones that make money. But the YM, you look at the YM chart, and it has just beautiful price action, a very smooth chart. If we change this ES chart to the YM on this 8 Unarenko, let's just take a look at it. This is 9:30. It's a choppy day today. Choppy, choppy. Very hard to trade. Very hard. If you made some profits this morning, thank the good Lord above. That was a rough chart on the YM. Let's take a look at the Russell. Nothing easy. Nothing easy, and this is a smoothed out Unarenko bar. Well, I would have loved to have a winning day to close the week, but I think the lesson out of the day is, hey, when you reach your loss limit or your profit target, we got to practice capital preservation. Capital preservation. How many times have you been down $500 and you say, you know what, I think I can get it back? And about 30 minutes later, you're shaking your head, wondering how you blew another account. How did I blow this account again? Because we don't stop. We want to get our money back. So I've learned the hard way that it's better to take your bumps and bruises and put your tail between your legs and come back the next day and then get it back. Don't blow the account out trying to chase it. Well, Mr. Joseph, Pierre Michael, the Pierre Michel, the the bot that I recommend is the one that now you get them all. If you come aboard and you order the system, you're going to get the full portfolio of bots. However, we have a few that we've been able to consistently make some money with. At the open, the first half hour of the market open, we like to play the power play strategy on the NASDAQ. We also have a really strong strategy on the ES, on the 30 range, and on the 8U. So we have some really good bots in our toolkit. But to answer your question, I recommend that you follow our trade on that power play strategy. And I say that because the data supports it. We're up $25,000 since January 15th with just under an 80% win rate. Now this ES30 range you're watching over here, we have members that only trade that bot and do extremely well. In fact, Robert, who was the designer of it, is up over 60,000 over the last 6 months. He's averaging about 10,000 a month. And he just trades one contract on this ES30 range. Now we're trying to get in our profit window here. If this comes a little bit closer, I need it to get right to this pivot, then my stop is going to fly down. You can always take profits. That's another common question I get. If you're watching your chart and you see that you've hit your profit goal in unrealized profits, you can always close this position. You're never going to lose money closing a $700 trade. Never. You can always drag your stop. This is the discretion that you have, the semi-automation, I like to call it, or the discretion with the system. So it's really flexible. But I'd love to see it get in my profit window. If it does get in my profit window, you'll see my stop automatically fly down, and it'll be an equal distance from price to where my stop is located and price to where my profit target is located. So you're only going to risk what you have the potential to make at that point. But Pierre Michel, the system comes with the full portfolio. We're going to give you the full lineup, and we're going to let them run on your computer, all in a SIM account, and we're going to find which ones run the best on your computer. But I highly recommend following our power play trade in the morning. Angelo, the trade copier is separate. Thank you for mentioning that. Here we go. Here we go. We're very close to our profit window now. One more little push down, and you're going to see my stop come flying down. Let's see if we can get in there. One more push it needs. For a very nominal fee, about 100, I think I paid $175 for the trade copier. And there's others on there. I've heard Rao mention that the Ninja Trader has a free one, or someone had a free one. Replicanto has one. Affordable Indicators has a good one. I would take a look at those two or three options, and or Apex, I believe, has one. Replicanto, Affordable Indicators. Do your due diligence and see which ones you have the best reviews. Here we go. Let's get in our profit window. Really love for you to see how this works. Good information, RJ. He uses, there, boom, it just went in. So it just went in our profit window. Now we can exhale, right? We can exhale because we've automatically going to make at least 800 or 900 on this trade. But if it continues down into the trend, it'll give us a full winner of about 1250. So at this point, it's either 1250 or I believe it might be 750. 750 if it hits our stop, or 1250 if it continues down through the profit target. But this VW strategy, I've really watched it just crush it this past month. Here we go, getting close to that profit goal. Thank you, SLR. The ES30 bot and the NQ150 range. That's a great combo, RJ. Agreed. In this volatility, and Pierre Michel, this is the great information that you get as being part of a community of traders. We have members that are all trading these, are very familiar with our portfolio, and they'll share with you in Discord what's working for them, what's not working for them. Okay, 875. So it was 875 or 1250, and we got the 875. But you can see the beautiful entry it took at 10 o'clock and came straight down and caught a beautiful winner. Sure. Um, I'm going to put it in the chat box. I have to paste it on a notepad first, or it won't come through. And I'm also going to put my phone number. If you have any questions, we're going to wrap up here in about 7 minutes at 10:30. Pierre Michel, there's the link. And if you have any questions, just call the office. Exactly, RJ. And I think I have well, we put the profit window on the 30 range so really the only difference is the times it's trading. It's right back in now, short. Had that profit window not been set, it would have gotten the full winner. But now instead it took another entry. Are there best times for the scalper, the ES8U scalper, Dr. Jeff? Let me take a look. I agree, RJ. I love the profit window. But that's really my biggest weakness is closing trades too early and not letting them mature. But I think that there's some validity to not risking more than you have the potential to make. That's what I really like about it. Oh, the scalper. Uh, yes, Pierre Michel. Yes. Um, oh yeah. Let me go back to Dr. Jeff. Let me take a look. Let's do a look back on the ES8U. If I remember correctly, it really liked the Asian Open, the Asian session. Let's start with this month. This month on the ES8U, a really consistent window for me has been 11:30 to 1:30. If we do a little bit further of a look back and we go back to March, now remember, but when you use the bot and drone combined, your bot is going to automatically change the trading session hours. Every 10 trades it takes, it's going to change them. But this is looking over the course of a month and a half. Let's go to 2 full months. We'll go from February 17th to April 17th. And this is the half hour of the day and the entry times on the ES8U scalper. This trade performance metric that you have in NinjaTrader is really incredible information. It gives you a historical performance, and you can break it down in 10 different ways. So on my computer, it looks like it looks like it's still calculating actually. You've got a really nice window with exception to this one green red bar. But when it's the most profitable, the half hour of the day that I have on my computer, uh, let's put the most profitable times at the top. So this bar here is the 6 a.m. It's at 8,300. So from 6 to 6, let's put it on, I'll tell you what, let's put it on the hour of the day. Half hours are kind of tough. It does best right around lunchtime, surprisingly. But, this data changes. This is looking over 2 months. The reason we only have a 10-day look back in our AI model is because it's just a very news-driven market, and the environment changes very quickly. So what it did 2 months ago isn't really relevant to what it's going to do this week. So we significantly shortened our look back in the AI model. The 1 minute, look at the 1 minute. That's been a hot strategy. Let's go take a look at that one. The iBot 1 minute crept its way up on our leaderboard, and it's in a beauty. If we get some follow through on this, that's what I just showed, SLR. I just showed the best times. Let me do a much shorter look back. I don't think I did you justice with that information. What it did 2 months ago, I don't know if it's relevant to what's going to happen, how it's been doing lately. I always say, we like to look at the what have you done for me lately? If you did well 2 months ago, well, we were grateful then. But we want to know, what are you going to do for us today? Here we go. We're getting a push down. Trying to get in our profit window here on this iBot. Boom, we just got in it. Just locked in a nice winner there and closed out up 1,470. No, it's trades. Now it's trades, RJ. The AI model now, let me just confirm that. The look back now, I believe, is trades. Very close to getting in our profit window here on this Volkswagen. Very close. A back-to-back, a double header. Look back. Number of trades. See that, RJ? So the look back now is 10 days. We've shortened it significantly. Yeah, we do use the signal model type, especially for the triggers that have multiple triggers. We do have it optimize the trigger. If you see one of the bots that have an ABC entry, if you we put it on signal, so it'll automatically do all three. It's going to optimize your stops and targets based on the average true range of the market. It's going to optimize your stops. I'm sorry, your trading hours. The system will automatically put up to 3 trading hours, and based on historical data over 10 trades, it'll do a look back at 24-hour sessions, and it will automatically, dynamically change your trading hours to only trade when it's profitable. Constantly optimizes itself. And last but not least is the signal. This does all three when you put signal. The signal, we have 4 triggers, A, B, C, and D. The self-learning algorithm learns which signals are working the best. And it's only going to execute those signals for that trading environment. Yeah, the new update has it at 10, RJ. The new update on the AI Auto has to look back at 10 trades. Okay, here we go. The best times in the month of April, and I put it to the best hours to trade the ES8U. The best hours to trade the ES8U is going to be between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Eastern. You don't have a losing time frame in those 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours, 10 to 1. That's for the whole month of April. Does extremely well during those hours. Once the market settles down, this is the same hours that did really well on that Volkswagen strategy, if you remember. Same hours. Had a really nice window between 10 and 1. Yeah, Pierre Michel, if you decide to come aboard, I'll see your order come through and I'll send you my calendar link. I'd like to get you up and running before Monday, hopefully today or tomorrow. I know tomorrow's Good Friday. All right, here we go. Last trade of the day. Let's see how these two end up. Let's see if that VW can get in that profit window. It was just a centimeter away just a moment ago. The IBOT 1 minute in a beauty. Both of these trades are very close to my profit window. One more push down. The IBOT 1 minute just came to the top of my leaderboard. Oh man, that thing came so close. It's pushing down again. There, it's in the profit window. Then you can exhale. You know you got a winner. Now you're hoping it goes all the way. Oh, look at the E-mini. Just one more tick or two. I'm looking at this chart now. Watch this stop. If we get in that window, the stop's going to fly down in just a moment. Oh, very close. Just a tick or two away. Wow. That's incredible, RJ. Last trade. Coming up right behind me is Mr. David Wise. David Wise is our professional options trader. And he's going to be trading the SPY super system. Great trader. He closed out a couple winners yesterday. Come on, push down into my profit window. Come on down. Oh, man, it's so close. It's got to be just a tick or two away. There it is. Bam. Now it's in the profit window. And now we're assured 850 or 1250 at this point now. 850 or 1250. One minute's right back in. So this is our 1-2 punch, the NQ and the E-mini. And bam, another 850. So the Volkswagen. Well, he was using the compass. The compass is really the same thing as the SPY super system. His methodology is he really looks at the SPY. The tickers that he finds are being influenced by institutional money have a stronger or weaker relative strength. A stronger or weaker relative strength than the SPY. So we renamed his system because his methodology is all based around the SPY. We renamed his system to the SPY super system. Formerly known as the compass trading system. All right. Well, it looks like the 1 minute just came off of our leaderboard. So it came off of our number one slot. So the number one bots for the day were the AI retirement plan. Loves a volatile market. Big swings up and down is what it thrives on. If I put this on the retirement plan, on the AI NQ 2 minute, and we look at the entries that this system took, there'll be reversals. Looks like it might have taken them in the middle of the night. Here's one. See how it took a long entry? It took a reversal. We had the big move down, and it caught the long entry up, and that's when it hit the profit target. That was at the London Open at 5 a.m. Here's a few other trades it took. We got this RSI line broke through our 20% line and went long. Caught that beautiful long move. So it maxed out at 1910. That was our leader, our number one bot. Wow, the Volkswagen just went in on a reversal. Now listen, it's important to know because I'm a firm believer in capital preservation. We run these bots wide open during these YouTube sessions. If I was trading my real money account or my PA account and my Volkswagen was up 1750, there's no way on God's green earth that I would let it take another trade. That's just me. We do have members that will let it go the entire session. Me personally, if I'm up 1700, I am so happy and there's no way I'm giving it back. So in the strategy parameters, we have, as you probably know if you're a member of ours, but we have a daily loss limit and a daily profit target. And based on your account size and risk tolerance, if you make, if you're happy with let's say $1,000, once that bot makes $1,000, it's going to stop trading. Once it loses 400, it's going to stop. So although here on YouTube we allow them to continue to run, that's not the case once it's on your computer. We could set it to be much more conservative. Just wanted to mention that. All right. So listen, I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I hope you have a blessed Easter long weekend. A long Easter weekend. Spend some quality time with the family. We'll be back, God willing, on Monday morning. If you would, please like my video here on YouTube. Gives us some traction. Happy Easter, Tom. It varies, Pierre. If you give me a call at the office, obviously with the NASDAQ, we're going to give it a little more room. It's a little more volatile. With the E-mini, we can bring that stop in and not have as much risk on the trade. But it does vary from bot to bot. We can always trade micros if you have a smaller account. Happy Easter, Dr. Hanson. Good Friday. Good Friday tomorrow. That was the crucifixion, also called Black Friday. But Monday, hallelujah, was the resurrection. Amen. Our God. So very nice holiday of Easter. Thank you, Ronald. All right, Rodney. If you ask me which strategy, Pierre Michel, I could give you that information. It'd probably be easier though if you give me a call. If you're available, I'm in the office today till 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to put my number in the chat. And I'll be happy to go over the ATMs. What we do is when you order it out of the box, we let it run for a day or two, and then I like to get with you afterwards and just talk about your trading plan, your account size, what your goals are, and then I can give you some. I don't want to say guidance because I'm not a financial advisor, but I can tell you about how our software would work the best with your conditions. All right. So I'm going to end it right there. The leaderboard, again, the VW is now it's popping up to the upside. It's up another 325, and that's the bot. If you remember, I showed you for the entire month of April. Had you just run that one bot alone in the month of April, this is what it looks like. Let's go to our summary and generate it so it's gets the current up to date. And it's up to $9,000 trading one contract. Really a great strategy. I know, Abby. I know. I think that fishing trip I took over the weekend, the sun, it took my nutrients away. But I'm going to get myself mended up here. Don't worry. Have a great weekend, everybody. And God willing, we'll see you Monday morning. So long.